Hi everyone, I hope you're doing super good. So I am back here today to talk to you about a very polemic subject. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because we have a lot of energies playing out at this moment for divine feminines to recover lessons, gifts, and energies from a past life. So I want to talk about past life karma and how past lives influence not only your story in this lifetime, but also your twin flame journey. So I'm gonna start from the scratch. Every time we come to incarnate into a body, we have a soul contract, and the soul contract is like a task list of everything that our soul want us to learn, right? So it's very well prepared before coming here, the way that this is done, because like the soul after after the past life, the soul identifies what is that wasn't completed in the past life, and what do we have, and what else do we want to learn in this life. So for example, let's suppose that your task in the past life, one of your tasks were to learn how to love yourself. And then in the past life, you didn't complete this lesson for any reason. So this task is going to come back in the next incarnation, in this incarnation, because it's part of your soul evolution, and it has to be learned. So it's like going to school, and when you go to school and then you leave a discipline behind, before going to the next step, you have to learn that. Right? But when you don't complete this lesson in a past life, it has consequences, because you carry this energy with you in your DNA in the next incarnation in your body. So, and the way this happens and the way these lessons are developed is really about, like, every time we end our life, we go through the movie. Like, remember the movie of your life that some movies they show? It's something like that. We see everything that we've done in that life and everything we should have done, and we remember every single thing in our task list. So when we watch that movie of our life, we're gonna see, oh, I did well, I did a lot of what I have to do, I didn't leave anything behind. Or sometimes we're gonna feel like, oh my god, I didn't do anything, I was just playing. And whatever we feel and whatever we judge, because we are our own judges, there is nobody else that's gonna judge you than yourself. When you look at your movie, nobody's gonna say, you didn't do this. Your own consciousness, it's gonna play out in the moment that you're judging yourself. That's why compassion is very important. I have a channeled message that is talking about this when I'm explaining about karma. You can take a look at the channel in the YouTube, in the Facebook that you're gonna see. But basically, when we do that evaluation, how we feel about what we do, it's what's gonna stay. So if I felt like, oh my god, I did horrible, I have to redo everything, and I'm gonna push myself harder in the next life, the way that you're gonna have compassion towards yourself is going to define your next life. So, and what happens is sometimes we enter this life, and I can give my own example. I had a very tough life so far, and I never understood, oh my god, what have I done to deserve something like this? Like, I went through a lot and it was very painful for me, and I've never understood it until the divine has revealed what happened with me in the past life. So when I understood what happened with me in a past life, that's when I could put the pieces together, and I could see that my life so far was a result of my own unforgiveness and lack of compassion in the moment that I was evaluating my own past life. Right? The way I saw it, the perspective that you have about yourself, it's what's gonna play out in this life. And the reason why I'm saying it is not to say that everything that happens is your fault, but everything that happens is your choice. That's the difference. And this choice has a reason to be. So for example, my path is, I am a healer. If I haven't been gone through everything that I've lived, that I've experienced in terms of suffering, I wouldn't have as much compassion and as much willingness to help people to heal. Because I didn't have access to love, because I didn't have access to compassion in my story, I was able to understand how it's not to have it, and then now I can give it to others, and now I can teach others how to create it for themselves. So it's kind of the way that everything is gonna play out. Even if you made a mistake, like in the past life, sometimes we make mistakes because our ignorance, our lack of divine perception, our lack of understanding, right? And then because of that, there is a consequence. Because karma, the word karma, I know that people say karma is a witch. I'm going to say a witch to not say the word. But people say that when they receive bad karma, let's say, because they see karma as a punishment. And karma is not a punishment. Karma is actually an opportunity for you to redeem everything that you've done in the past, to recover everything that you've done in the past that didn't align you with divine love. And what I mean by that is that every single action that you take, it has a consequence. And the consequence is the karma, is what you carry as energy. Because every single action we have, with the intention we do, there is a frequency, a vibration that is associated to that comes back to us automatically, we seeing it or not. So that's why when we talk about like laws of manifestation, every intention that you put in what you're doing is important, because that's the energy that's going to come back to you. So if you're putting an intention of, I'm going to screw up someone, or it's out of love, let's say, I'm not going to judge any situation, but if it's out of love, it's out of fear, it's going to come back to you that way. So that's why we have to think and prepare ourselves. Everything we do, we have the purest intention that we are able to have, because sometimes we don't have access to unconditional love yet. So it's okay, we're still learning. So the way that past life plays out in this life, first you have defined lessons for you to learn. And your twin, it's gonna be that person that's gonna help you to learn those lessons. Depending on the way that you guys defined, it's like a play, right? Okay, so I'm gonna be kind of a villain for you, but I'm gonna trigger you this way, and I'm gonna do that, and then you're gonna suffer, and this pain is gonna activate you to open your heart. Something like that. Sometimes it's not the best way that we will like, I want my twin to wake me up and say, honey, you have to learn that lesson. But our soul knows us very well and know that if they talk very kindly with us, we're probably not going to pay attention. We have to be shaken sometimes so we can learn some lessons and wake up. So that's why sometimes some unpleasant experiences happen in our journey. And I know that, what we hear about the journey is like, oh, divine feminines are full of love for divine masculines, and more divine masculines are running. And there is a part of the journey that they feel a lot of pain. Divine feminines feel abandoned, feel rejected. Divine masculines feel guilty, feel regret. And this kind of structure plays out because it's related to what happened in the past life. So the way the relationship that you both had in the past life, how it ended, it's going to play out in this life. So for example, in my past life, I had a situation with my twin where we were living together, and then I left him to take a role at work, like to take a role at work, and I kind of left him behind. And this created a fear of abandonment in him, that when we met in this life, he said, oh no, you're not going to do the same thing that you did in the past life. So it's these influences, they still live inside of us, and these fears, they still live inside of us. So if you have the opportunity to do past life regression, you can do like your astrology readings, and I didn't mind in a specific website that I'm gonna put it below. But if you have the opportunity to see, you're gonna know if you have to do past life regression or not. But it's important for you if you have a very difficult journey, like my journey was very difficult to understand like the roles. And since the beginning, I thought my divine masculine was the runner, but at the end, I was the runner all the time because of the energy that I was carrying from the past life, because of the mistake that I made in the past life, because I didn't forgive myself for letting him behind. I closed my energy. I closed my heart to receive love. And what happened is that the moment that he saw me, he felt that I was closed, he ran away. He was unconscious, I was unconscious. I just got to know it when it was revealed to me through a past life memory, which brought me to understand why these energies are playing out. So what I want to explain and what I want to focus on this is that sometimes we don't understand why we are behaving some way and our divine masculine is behaving some way. But what is important for you to know is that the divine is always guiding you. So every single step of the way, I saw my soul guiding me to understand the steps that I could understand, that I had the capacity to understand, that it wouldn't hurt me so much to understand that story, because it was a very hard story, it was a very tough story to see, to review that, and to see the impact of it. I spent like a lot of time in my journey upset with my divine masculine, thinking that he rejected me, that he abandoned me, that he betrayed me, and all that like difficult emotions that sometimes we go through. And when I understood the story, I saw that it was really me that was creating all of that so I could recover and understand my lessons. So that's why it's important for you to have faith, to trust that everything the divine is doing for you, is creating in your life, is perfect, is exactly how it's meant to be. I know it's hard for us to trust in something that we are not used to. We are used to see, mostly twin flames had a difficult childhood because they bring stuff from a past life. They're very highly evolved souls. I always say that, and I'm always gonna say, because the most evolved is the soul, the biggest the lessons. Okay, so if you're a little child, you're just gonna play with some toys, with some Lego, but like when you grow up, man, you have to play with work, you have to play with different stuff, right? So it's same thing in the soul level. So my message for you, divine feminines first, is don't believe in everything you say. Actually, believe, but feel your feelings and have the capacity to look at yourself and understand, am I being honest with myself? Is that what I'm really feeling? Go deep into your feelings, because your feelings will reveal to you what you have to know. And sometimes we don't want to feel, we get angry, and we want to give up on the journey, and we want to give up on them. Every single one of us has free will, but the plan that your soul has designed for you is a perfect plan for your happiness, and so you can achieve the highest good in this lifetime that you can. And your twin, even if they are rejecting you, even if they are not allowing you into their space, they're helping you somehow to focus in your lessons. So when you're receiving no, when the door is shutting out on your face, come back to yourself. Come back to yourself and go within, meditate, look for the tools. If you don't have the tools, look for tools. Energy healing helps a lot. I do a lot of work in counseling and holistic coaching. So I help you. I can see your energy. I can see what's imbalanced in your energy. And I can tell you, look, this is what you have to work right now. And I'm going to give you the tools. That's the holistic coaching that I do. I do Reiki, I do Theta Healing and Ayurveda as a nutrition. So you can have like a holistic perspective of how you want to heal. So if you need help, you just shoot me a message. But basically, there's stuff that are influencing you that you are not aware. They're not from this life. And sometimes you just have to let go so the lesson can come to you while you're overthinking it and pursuing and going after them and sleepless night. And you're gonna see if your life becomes a mess, it's because it's not the right path for you. It's because you have to refocus on yourself. So every time you feel bad, you feel depressed, you're crying, refocus on yourself. That's the invitation that your soul is saying, because the lesson lies on accepting and loving yourself. Okay, so I hope this video have helped you somehow. And if it did, please share, like, subscribe to our channels. And I thank you very much. I hope seeing you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.